This video you're watching was shot entirely on a smartphone, an iPhone specifically. But that's not to say that you can't achieve the exact same result or similar results using any other smartphone. Because even though you've heard this so many times before, it is actually true. It's not the camera that makes a great video, it is you who determines how good your video turns out to be. Once you understand how to shoot properly, even a smartphone can give you high quality YouTube videos. So let's start from the first thing most people ignore. Before you even press the record button, your location matters. Most people focus on the camera, but the scene behind you has a huge impact on how professional your videos look. There are two major things you should pay attention to, and the first is your background. Compare this shot to this shot. Basically, I'm still seated in the exact same space, but there's a huge difference in what exactly is in my background. Because in this setup, you can clearly see only what I want you to see. Whereas on this part of the video, you can clearly see that this shot is not as clean looking as the original setup. Look for elements that add visual value or visual interest to your scene without also being distracting. Maybe a practical lamp, a monitor, a shelf, a desk. These little details make your frame feel intentional. The second important thing when it comes to your scene is depth. Notice how I am not sitting exactly against the wall and there's a bit of distance between me and the back wall. The distance helps separate me from the background and helps to create a natural and more cinematic look. If you're too close to the wall, your video tends to look flat. So whenever possible, just make sure to create a bit of distance between you and your background. This makes a much bigger difference than most people realize. The next thing that plays a very important role when it comes to creating a high quality YouTube video is your composition. And composition simply means how you arrange everything inside your frame. Now compare this particular shot you're watching to this shot. This feels more balanced and your audience knows exactly where to look. A simple trick to do this would be to simply just turn on the grid lines in your camera settings. They help you to center yourself or follow the rule of thirds when needed. Basically, what you need to do is to make sure that you are centered in frame, and for more visual coherence or visual balance, make sure that your eye line matches the top horizontal line of the grid lines. The key point here is don't stand too far away because your audience came to watch you and they shouldn't have to be looking for you all around the screen. If someone stopped me today and asked what differentiates a professional video from an amateur video, there's only one answer to that, and that is lighting. Think of your camera like your eyes. Without lights, it's basically just darkness. So the same goes for a camera. Even the best camera can't record what it can't see. It's just that simple. So in order to create high quality YouTube videos, you need to understand how to light your videos. The simplest lighting setup uses three lights: your key lights, your fill lights, and your backlights. Your key lights is basically the main source of illumination or the main source of lighting in your scene. And professionally, you are advised to place it at a 45-degree angle from your face. So right now that's where it is and it's lighting this side of my face. The next thing is your fill lights, and the job of a fill light is to soften the harsh lights or the harsh shadows rather created by your key lights. Basically right now I do not have a fill light because I do not enjoy having lights on every side of my face. I basically enjoy having the shadow side and the light side. But if I were to have a fill light, which I'm going to use my phone as an example, it will look something like this. This is without a fill light, while this is with an addition of a fill light. You can basically tell the difference: width without, width without, width without. So what a fill light does do is to just fill in the shadows where your key light is not reaching. And finally, the backlights. This just creates depth and make your videos feel more three-dimensional, not just like a flat looking video. This just creates separation between you and your background, and that's just what it does. It's a backlight. So you can basically use practical lights, monitor lights, any sort of lighting that you have in your back. And right now I have my strip lights on my panels behind me. So that is what I am using as my backlight right now. The main job of your backlight is basically to just light your background and separate you, the creator. So that is basically it when it comes to 3-point lighting or 3 light setups. The main thing you should note here is the point is not to add more lights, but to be intentional about the lights you add. Know what each light does and know what you want for the mode of your video. Like I said, I don't have a few lights, not because it's bad, but because I like the shadow roll off on this side of my face. It just makes me feel, it gives me the look I want. That's basically it. There's no special reason to it. So that is why I do not have a few lights, and I only have a key light and my backlight, because obviously the backlight is essential to separate me from the background. One other important factor that you should never forget when making a YouTube video is your audio. And I say this with everything that I have. Please and please do not ignore your audio. People can actually see through a slightly blurry video, but trust me, nobody wants to hear bad audio. It's just not it at all. Nobody wants to hear the noise in your background, your neighbor screaming, the noise from the factories next to you. It makes your video just look amateur and unintentional. Your phone's inbuilt microphone works, but only when you are very close. Once you move far away, the voice drops and it stops to pick up your sound. A simple wireless microphone or a lavalier mic instantly makes your videos sound clearer and more professional. Please note that the topic of audio and how to get a cleaner and more professional audio in your videos can take a whole YouTube video on its own, and I won't be diving fully into that in this video because that is not the main point of this video. But if you would like me to create a video explaining that on how you can achieve better and clearer audio quality from your smartphone or any of the cheaper microphones that you might own, let me know down in the comments and I'll be sure to make a video. But remember this, good audio builds trust. Never overlook it. If this video helped you out in any way, be sure to subscribe for more filmmaking and YouTube tips, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.